Let's see. The Great Trickster. Just Noire's story. The lights are dim and the chairs are soft. Please take a seat. Forget the spilled popcorn in the corner, and forget yourself in the retreat. Stories are but well-told lies. This is the truth, bittersweet. Alright, good luck with work, guys. The art of storytelling in film begins the moment the director realized the audience could weave meaning between scenes.
Thus came in the technique of montage.
Delicate blue light sculpts the edge of Nora's cheekbone, and in her eyes the reflection of a glowing screen. Once sound was only a dream, then a distant companion, onward until sound and image became inseparable. And now, we live in the area of digital editing. That's what we're doing now too, right? The screen flashes reflects in Nora's eyes. What will come next? Movie projected straight from the minds to the audience? Or visual seamlessness streamed into theirs? Beneath the rapid flickers of the convex screen lies a colorful compulsion, formed by thousands of units distorted faintly along the curved glass. Nora slides the cursor for precision, placing a clip neatly on the edited timeline. The tools get slicker, but the core story is the same old song we always sung. Trim, select, position, merge.
Try as we might to disguise it, stories are just lies with good marketing.
Beneath a crescendo of keystrokes and mouse movement, Nora's pointer shifts towards video segment from one track to another. On the screen, the man tear-streaked face hangs in the delicate balance between despair over death and elegance of rebirth. Power outage? Oh, a single crisp noise, and then all in dark. She has a surprised look. There's nothing in the silence, nothing but the dark. The fan keeps spinning for the moment longer, dueling to a stop under its own inertia. A blackout? The neighborhood outside is in a curtain of darkness. At least, the confirmation saves her the trouble of another breaker box routine. Damn it. The footage I just cut. Don't tell me it's all lost. There's no way this software doesn't autosave, right? And that's what we have with issue 2, right? Autosaving. Or not saving. But, oh, we got so much done. Oops. Power outage. Power play. Is this the curse of the new tech, huh? Cutting edge, but unreliable when it really matters. I guess every solution starts off as a band-aid for disaster. Thank God it was just some test footage. If it was an actual film... Noah drums her fingertips on the rim of her wheel. The sharp clicks and soft vibration grounding her. A reminder not to linger too long in hypothesis. If this was an actual film, I'll be hitting save every few minutes just to keep sane. After composing herself, Noire tilts to one side, her voice calm and low as she speaks to the wheelchair. So roll over to Noire's set. Two puppets on either side of her wheels move driftily in this response, ushering Noire to her studio, Noire's set as she calls it. To be continued. That was a short part. Oh wait, oh, it was just a prologue, so maybe that's why. Okay, now we're starting off. Stage 1, red. Let's see how many stages. 7. Click. Even in the pitch dark, Noire managed her way into the studio with ease. Ah, zing! Fire up the spare generator. Azu, Adu, get the lights. The trio of puppets scurry out from the wheelchair, the small animated figure flushing noisily before the miniature generator starts swirling. Ka! Shadow shifts as her puppet flits through the darkness. With a generator now humming, one of them hurry towards the spotlight. Ka ka! The puppet fumbles in the darkness, misaligning its aim. The spotlight beams in Noire's eyes, still fragile from the lack of light. Tss. Reacting on impulse, Noire raised her hand against the light. Her displeasure saturates the puppet's wooden mind like an unspoken command. Ka! In its rush to fix the spotlight, the puppet Azu trips over the complex mesh of the wires in the shadows, setting off a cascade of entanglement. Ka 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 ka! Like a row of dominoes collapsing in the dark, the chaos builds with each moment, caressing into darkness. Ha! The other puppets freeze on the spot, the wooden limbs stiff with hesitation, while Azu, overwhelmed, twists and writhes on the floor, the non-existent wooden spine bending in unimagined distress. Noire has twisted away from the lamp as she slowly allows her eyes to adjust to the red twilight. Oh. Surrounded by vivid red, Noire glaze locks on to the clear divide between the dark silhouettes and the glowing wall. Red is blood and passion. It's also the fading light of dust, the fire domination, and the tenderness warmth. She lets her mind now align with ideas, flowing seamlessly into the fiery crimson hue. Kata? The confusion clouding Aju's mind fades as it figures out how to move its own body. It seems unsure how or even whether it should rectify its misstep. Stop! Azu extended a hand is suspended in the air, and the red light edge swells around her shadow. Flames, fire, the genesis of civilization. Creation and destruction, an endless cycle, ethereal and unstoppable. Noire lets her mind wander, drinking in the vivid, singular hue. Ka. Catching the riddle of her delight, Azu falls and lies flat on the floor. Flames, my desire, swelling and rising, devouring with every breath. She traces the curve of her hand, imagining a tiny fire resting within her palm. This fire is what keeps me burning. Red 1980. Well, I'll be damned. I've actually got a professional setup going on here. Hiruji and Xingjing enters behind Noire. The stale air of the room is punctuated with a soft click of Xingjing's lollipop tapping her teeth. The sound feels heavy, as if dropping the floor below it can travel any further. Square boxes, boxes with light, boxes with buttons. What's the deal with all this stuff? Queen's eyes sweeps across the room, finding little to be impressed with. Her hand comes to hover over some machinery. She gives it a curious tap before her fingers inches towards the inviting buttons. This stuff costs more than most people makes in a lifetime. Kuna scuffs, hovering her finger over the tempting buttons. It's probably best if you don't touch anything, and it might be a good idea to put on some slippers while you're in here. She tugs on Zelda's clothing, tilting her head up so it nearly rests on her shoulder. Being shorter is just barely. She always finds herself tilting her head up towards her. She avoids meeting Shang Ying's eyes. Slippers are by the door. They're disinfected. Grab any pair that fits. Shang Ying scans her eyes over the cabinet filled with identical white slippers. Hiruji, accustomed to the routine, trades her boots for slippers and sets her footwear by the door. You must be getting a lot of traffic in here to have all those things. There's always seems to be someone that needs to go over things here. Noire strides over to the printer, looking back with a half smile. Let me guess, you forgot the script we gave you, right? We're gonna need it. Don't worry, I'll print another copy. Teresa, will you go through the notes I jotted down earlier? Of course. Shang casts his sharp look on Noire's before following Teresa to the slipper rack, giving no thought to the size. So, you said you can make movies. Anything I would have seen? Do any of those posters look familiar to you? Noire replies dripped with condescendence. Her tension feels like a rubber band about to snap. With every intention of ignoring the poster, she leans over the device near her, trying to decipher her English labels. She scans them methodically before arriving at the particular oddity. Is this a handheld camera? How old is this thing? She takes the bulky handheld camera and turns it over in her hands, scrutinizing it from all angles. That is the first camera I ever owned. It's been with me for more than a decade. I never had the heart to let it go. A decade? Shang looks up with unconcealed astonishment. Cameras like this have only just started showing up in the local market. It's a Super 8 camera. I think I was 16 when I got it. You've been shooting movies since you were a kid? Noire nods. That's around the same age I started writing scripts, about 15 or 16. You two go that far back then? She places the camera down delicately, as if it was a priceless antique. Actually, we met at the university. We were in the same class. Oh. Shang returns the camera before shifting back to the duo as they set out their papers. And I would have just been another girl pouring drinks at the street corner ice house. Making movies was never even on my radar. Until I happened to be there to scare off some creep trying to hit on a girl. Now you two weirdos are telling me I'm a lead actress material? She eyes them from head to toe and back again, trying her best to conceal her real thought. She bridges the lingering silence again. See? She suddenly feels the urge to withdraw into a silence, but that never been her way. Less than an hour ago, I stepped in a high-end car, stepped out into a mansion, ditched my busted-up sneakers at the door, and busted into someone else's life. I always figured life-changing moments came at you with a bang, like an egg exploding in a microwave, something you can pinpoint down to the second. But it's funny, once you're finally in your stride, you forget exactly where it all began. All I know is I feel like this is a whole new stage for my life. Shang moves the lollipop from her mouth. Keeping her composure, she turns back, determined not to show her growing sense of envy. So, how does all this start out? Start out? You mean when do we start When do we start working together? Hiruji glances quickly at Noire's turned back. Not that, I mean just finding your passion and sticking with it. She has loved painting once, then played the harmonica, but her passion for them always dwindled away. The struggle for survival and sustenance grew like an overinflated balloon, leaving no room for anything else in her mind. Steering clear of her father's former cellmate, covering rent for the month, staying alive, figuring out how to spend even less just to get by, endlessly innovating new ways to make it to the next day. She has fought every day against life, against hunger, and strict reform schools teachers, while these two indulge in their hobbies, basking in the gentle warmth of privilege. Is this what the world looks like behind a spotless marble wall? I just wanted to write, so I did, and I kept at it. Shining rates, but Teresa seems to have been flustered over what to say. She works better with a pen in hand, crossing out and rewriting words until her idea takes shape. It started as a simple slip of the tongue. Noire, still standing at the printer, picks up the dropped conversation. I remember my mother reading me a bedtime story. She told me that the princess shouldn't have taken a bite of that apple. But I couldn't help thinking, how would that even make any sense? Then the princess would be stuck in the cottage with those weird bearded guys forever. The story will lose all its appeal. And then I asked myself, what if she didn't eat the apple? Then, what would happen next? I imagine her finding a bear, one followed by a hunter, or perhaps saving a villager that she has fallen in love with. The printer drone as the Noire gathers a portion of the script and turns to face Xiang. That's when I decided I'd create my own stories. Sounds like you should have been a screenwriter like little June here. Hearing someone over 10 years her junior call her little June, Tricia feels compelled to say something, but ultimately bites back her words. Words weren't enough for me. Flipping through that fairy tale, I came to the conclusion, pictures can carry my story further than words ever could. But even that wasn't enough. I wanted to be taken seriously. And what was taken seriously? Movies. Television. Mediums that captivate the masses. Each moving image adds layers of the story, then the music, each part amplifying the narrative. That's why I picked up the camera, because I wanted to tell my story through its lens, but even now, it still isn't enough. It isn't enough? Noire flips on the television. The script describes a film burning. I've seen this before. Shining's memories recedes back to the moment in time, ducking into the dark of movie theater to escape her father's rougher acquaintances. I knew from the first time I saw it that this was more than just a movie for the guy. He was always chasing something bigger, chasing the light, chasing the shadows. His camera was pointing right at the rising sun, just as dawn broke. He wanted that shot so bad that he let the sun cook his eyes and burn his film. He got his dawn, then it got him. Still, you got to hand it to the guy. So, you are familiar with my work after all. Noire says as if confirming the obvious.
It was my first hit. The one that really made a name for me in the industry.
The last film was a pure block of red. That's all it took for people to box me into a style. You could say that the red gave me everything, but then it took it all away. Oh, that's when her accident happened? To be continued. Even while she sleeps, her mind and consciousness remain active, constantly engaged. Here, creativity and inventiveness takes form, ready to be brought to life upon walking. Now, let's see if we can turn it all into reality. Tap or hold the left, okay. Okay, there's a green block covering the blue tile. Try moving closer and pushing it aside. Okay. Here we go. The ground beneath your feet seems a little different. Let's find a way to make it disappear in order to proceed. Oh, we changed the color. Be careful, the spikes below will sever the connection between the puppet and Noire's consciousness. Find a safer route through. So... But watch out for the green block ahead. They're stacked in a way that can't be pushed. Find a way to make them disappear for the time being. Tap this button to climb the film reel staircase. Okay. We're going to head to the light. Success! Part 2, blue. So is each chapter like a color? Red. So is it gonna be yellow next? Wait, is it? What are the primary colors? Red, blue, and... I think it's yellow. Miss Noire? Vitals are stabilizing. We should begin immediately. I'm sorry, but the patient is still unconscious. She can't answer your questions right now. Blue, 1982. The instant Noire opens her eyes, agony ripples through her body, fractured into a haze of static that clears to reveal a sterile blue hospital. But her own suffering is not what comes first to mind. What's the progress of the film? Her assistant springs to attention to the moment she hears Noire's voice, like a puppet pulled up on a string. Oh, she is still the assistant for her still. You're awake? Her last recollection is vivid. A glare of harsh lights, a feeling of weightlessness, a crushing impact, and the sound of shattering glass. Pain and panic creeping in. What is the progress of the film? The flow of her breath carries the word out of her mouth weakly. Still muddled by her scattered dreamlike stubber, the urgency of it overcoming all obstacles. The film is on hold for now. Everyone was too exhausted to go on, so I just said they go home and rest. The writing team still brainstorming the big climax. They need more time to get it down. It was precisely the dramatic moment of her last film, Shadow Spies, that were failing to meet both her investigator and her own expectation. The crew has been running on overdrive for months, striving to produce a cut that would satisfy both parties. Your first priority should be resting up. I need to get home. Her studio there was more than just a workspace for Noire. It was where her thoughts came into alignment, where so many scripts have been given life. Considering your current state, I think staying here will be the wisest choice. Not one to repeat herself, Noire tries to sit up. but her body doesn't move with her. Pain, it shoots through her spine, burrowing into her brain. It spreads to her arms, as if biting through the marrow of her bones, until it stops. A flash of pity passes across her distant face. Huh? Her legs don't hurt at all. They're still there, limply sprayed out under the hospital gown, yet Noire cannot spur them to move. Lynn is sitting at the edge of her bed. She seems to wordlessly offer 1,000 apologies, but it wasn't her fault. You don't remember, do you? The car accident after leaving the set, you suffered severe nerve damage. Lynn quickly follows up with another statement, trying to soften the blow. But the doctors think there might be a chance for you can recover. Did they find whoever did this to me? She falls back into the bed, allowing her head to sink fully into the hospital pillow. The police came by while you were out. The doctor said they notified them when you woke up. How long do I need to be here? They said you need to go through some rehabilitation. I don't know how long. The doctors wanted to wait until you were awake. Noire lifts her chin, attempting a nod. What about the script? It was in the car with me. What left of your car will be in the impound lot. Everything inside is probably going to be evidence. But I printed a fresh copy for you. Let me know if it looks okay. I also attached some new outlines from the writers for you to think over. She takes the script and presses the button on her morphine injector before leafing through the pages. I like to be alone now. Then holds a look at her employer for a brief moment. Alright, get some rest. Once the door is shut, Lynn leans against the hallway corridor, breathing as if she just avoided her own near-death experience. Before she can compose herself, she knows that her colleagues have arranged themselves nearby. So, Her Highness has finally awakened? Yeah. So how did she take the news? He seems calm. Of course, she'll never let herself break down in front of you. Meanwhile, we're one all-nighters away from a meltdown. After all that she put us through, does it kind of make you believe in karma? What do you think? Was it someone on the crew behind the wheel of the other car? Place your bets. Aren't it what they're doing like kind of rude? It doesn't matter how it happened. At least we finally get a little break. Maybe not so little. Do you think the film can survive this? As the realization jumps from person to person, all eyes turn to Lynn. Lynn, you know the company we asked you to look into. Have you heard anything back from them? Yeah, but the pay definitely won't be higher than what we're getting now. Can you handle it? Honestly, I think we're trading off years of our lives for this paycheck. I'm not sure. As much hell as this job can be, at least it pays the bills. Each coworker vents their own particular grievance. Fading out from the gripping, Lynn steals a glance through the narrow hospital window. Noire has propped herself up against the pillow, absentmindedly biting down on the empty ballpen pen while sketching storyboards on the script using an exposed ink cartridge. She hasn't even bothered to put the blanket over her legs. Alright. The guilt trips spin. No matter how bad things could get, complaining about someone at a time like this. Everyone should head home and get some rest. Sticking around for our diva, huh? I don't envy you, Lynn. Alright, we'll be off then. Bye. Their farewell is light and casual. Their voice distorts as they disappear down the busy hallway. The door's not soundproof. Oh, so she heard everything? They're just employees to me. I don't care what they say or think, so long as they follow my directions. And they don't impede my vision. But I can't let this reach a point where it interferes with my work. Miss Noire, the nurse just came by with some news. Oh? Having dealt with some paperwork, then returns to the ward to find Noire sitting up in the bed with a vacant expression. Her legs are dangling off the side of the bed, and her gown is damply sticking to her legs. What happened? Lynn rushes over. I could use some more water. She noticed the thermal on the ground by the bed, steam rising from the open top. Hot water? She hurriedly frees up her hands to grab the thermal, only to realize that Noire's feet are dripping scalding water onto the floor. The heat has turned the skin on her feet bright red, yet her face is blank and emotionless. Does it hurt? She knows the answer, but looking at the burn running down her leg, she can't help but feel the pain for her. I don't feel a thing. It was as if the burned skin has nothing to do with her at all. Lynn hesitates, her hands slackening, and Noire's leg slides roughly back into the bed. Oh, sorry. What is it?
Sorry.
My hand slipped. That's not what I asked you about. Noire looks at Lynn like she would a real film. Did you have something to do with the crash? No. Then why do you have so much guilt in your eyes? Because... Lynn opens her mouth, but the words catch in her throat, and she avoids answering the question. I apologize. I didn't mean anything by it. This is how it's always been. Once you promise to change, Noire stops challenging her. I'm not recommending you. I just want to know. Why do you keep looking at me like that? There's no anger in her voice at all. Even now, with her legs burnt, and the water on the floor silently spreading beneath the bed. Because Lynn can't bring herself to look her in the eyes, but she knows Noire will not give up without an answer. I sympathize with you. Sympathy. The words hang over her head, like a thought just out of reach. Sorry. No need to apologize. Sympathy? I guess I was right after all. Noire picked up the script and writes the word on the final blank page. She says it again, scoffing this time. Perhaps that's why the perfect climax has always included me. Her pen draws rings around the word. It's a natural emotion. Teresa, I'm sure would appreciate it, accept it for what it is, but I won't. But I'm filming a movie, something for the masses. I need that kind of resonance for the masses. It has nothing to do with you. She looks up at Lynn.
唔使嘅。
No need to sympathize with me. This accident is no big deal because it won't stop me from making my films. I won't see this as some kind of setback, as long as it doesn't get in the way of filming. The conviction in her words begin to turn Lynn's sympathy into something else. Lynn is almost ashamed to have felt sorry for her.
OK。
She nods. It isn't her place to set her limits. Not now. So, what were you saying? Oh. Lynn looks down on her now empty hands and begins searching the room, spotted the accident report resting half soaked by the anticipating patch of water. It must have slid off the paper and onto the floor during the commotion. The words are already burned in the waterlog page as Lynn yanked it from the floor. It's your accident report. I thought you might want to read it. Noire takes the damp stack, flipping through straight to the conclusion. I ran the red light? Did I? Noire brows tightens.
但係我記得明明係綠燈㗎。
No. It was green light all the way. I'm sure of that. She turns to the window, catching sunlight reflecting from the trees. Is that why we need dash cams? So what do you guys think? Did she run a red light? Or are they just lying on the report? So what are let's see. Oh, it's green is next. Is it green light? Green light. Red light. Part 3, green. The cemetery. A bundle of white paper is tossed into the brazier. This isn't a bad spot. She lunges into her wheelchair, watching the distant lake with a narrow gaze. The setting sunlight is reflected into countless golden streaks over the waves.
可能遲咗。
Looks like I'm late. June. It took longer than I expected to get from my wheelchair to the driver's seat. Green, 1982. Looks like it took you a few months. The voice drips with unveiled disgust. Noire closed her eyes in resignation. You don't seem so worse for wear. With Teresa gone, their mutual dislike has festered into something truly unpleasant. Cheyenne walks through between Noire and Haruji's grave, placing the files carefully on her tombstone. I'm not sure why I'm surprised you find a way to hate me after all this time. Cheyenne looks back in anger, her eyes like arrows aimed at Noire. Surprised? Really? Why would you be surprised? Didn't you get an inkling of it at her funeral? Oh right, you weren't there. Noire freezes up, an unmovable object to Cheyenne's unrelenting force. It would be wiser for them both if there was a change of topic. You're the one who has been bringing these flowers. Yeah, what's it to you? You're never here. You don't deserve to be here.
咁你呢？
And what about you? She puts her on the back foot with a reply.
我只係
I want to set things right. I messed up the ending of CO7, and now I gotta live with it. Shining lowers herself until her head finds a crooked rest on the gravestone. Reunion of the Three Swallows. I should have told her sooner. I actually liked it.
但係
Now it's too late. Too damn late. Nora guides her puppet to push the wheelchair forward, her hands patting softly on Shanying's shoulder. It's not your fault. We already shielded her from so much of this. If Teresa has to face the excavation of CO7 too, it would have been more worse for her. I'm sure you have some idea about how far-fetched our investigators can be with their profit margin. The banner words find a deep purchase in her. Shining clenches the grave until her knuckles are white.
咁就要用阿君條命嚟換咩？
So, is that the cost then? Her life? Shining at last realizes whose hand is on her shoulder. She shoves the hand aside, standing up to distance herself from Noire. She wasn't meant to have an ending like this. Not her, and not CO7.
C07絕對唔會向嗰啲人低頭。嗰個結局係你哋對佢嘅扭曲。
Do you think CO7 would have bowed out and walked away? Ever? Nah, that's just your own fairy tale. Her gaze falls to the photo struck on the black gravestone, her fingers unconsciously tracing it. June opens her eyes to a whole new way of life. Without her, it's just another rat scurrying the alleyway of this godforsaken city. She didn't do one damn thing wrong. It was you and this company.
我會退出星藝術公司。
I'm done with new art. Shining turns and walks away, uninterested in Nora's response. She moves swiftly along the narrow trail between the tombstone. The weight of her thoughts drags her head down.
我應該早啲嚟。
I should have come sooner. Two months prior, near the set of Shadow Spy, a sudden recollection makes Noire slams her fist into the steering wheel. It's always marked visibility. Wait, it's always marked visibility with them, isn't it? This is supposed to be CO7's most intense outburst in the film.
情感，又係情感。
Emotions. It's always emotions. Noire pulls out the shoulder on the road. The busy street pulses with the sound of speeding cars behind her. It's just a matter of time until a motorcycle patrol will pass by to slap her with a ticket. Her nerves are fried from lack of sleep. She's been working herself to exhaustion, trying to fix the trouble plaguing Shadow Spy.
我應該點做？
Where do I go from here, Teresa?
Teresa，
The moment she speaks her name, her death is just much more tangible, more real. She was in the middle of the planning session when the news came in. She didn't stop then. She didn't let it hit her. She kept trying to outrun her grief. But it hit her all the same. While revisiting her protagonist's key scenes with the crew, Noire catches Lynn jotting down the time for Hiroji's funeral. What's the point? To say a few words in front of a cold stone? It won't bring her back. She won't hear any of our voices again. Do you think the soul really exists? What do you think, Teresa? Are you out there? Are you listening? Hello, Teresa? A long, dreadful silence follow, and Nora's lips curl into a sickening smile. What the hell am I doing? Back in her car now, she fumbles her hand in the glove box, retrieving a painfully empty cigarette case. The case flies out of the car window. A second passes, and she forces herself out to get it. She twists the crinkle gold foil into a strip and slips it into her mouth. The flimsy taste of tobacco only makes her more restless. She kicks her car door in frustration. A strip from who knows how long ago slides down from the back seat. Shadow Spy. It's got the blockbuster appeal her investors wanted. A few innovative concepts to please herself, and even some big name for a monarchy. Still, Noire can't shake the feeling that the script isn't good enough. She and Teresa used to read through the scripts on her own first, then meet to share their interpretation. The only mark on the script are her own. Teresa has already left the production before the latest script was printed, and now she is gone. When they first met, Noire was only knew that she was Teresa, a girl with an elegant, slight figure and an appreciation for stories. It was only when the Graceful Girls first spoke of Hong Kong that she realized they have a home in common. Yet, though she knew she had another name between them, it has always been Teresa, just as she has always been Noire. But Hiruji is etched in her tombstone, the name of her friend that has died with her. Noire is overwhelmed by a sudden impulse, a drive that almost seems to defy all reasons. When we are in my studio, at my place. The engine fires up, causing the car to rumble. Head to Teresa's grave. Help me find the location. I'm sure Lynn's probably marked it in my planner somewhere. At the command, the puppet springs into motion, searching for the location and proudly displaying her discovery. That's it. With a shift of gear and a push of the pedal, the engine rolls forward. Her vehicle cuts through the dust, vanishing in the distant darkness of the asphalt road ahead. Oh no! The accident! So there I am, too tired and too weird. Every light I saw was green to me, even the red one. Then, BAM! So it was her fault, was it? A gentle gust of wind brushes past, flipping the white pages in the browser over. The other side of the white paper is filled with words, losing a battle slowly to the growing fire. Fine. Well, finally, I'm here, June. You're always the people pleaser, bending over backwards to meet everyone's expectation. And then you stand in the background with them. Don't mind me, smile on your face, making them all forget just how crucial you were. You're gone, I get that. But how the hell am I supposed to let you go? Blackened fragments of paper and gray ashes intertwined with a ribbon of red below her. Show me what I need to see, just one last time. The heat lifts the spark, sending them over the rich green and simmering orange, until they vanish from view. To be continued. Alright, so we're back with Reverse 1999, and I guess I forgot to check the tape. Alright, so we need. Can we check? Can we go forward? Oh, so there is a. Okay. Oh, I could use arrows. Let's do red. Blue? Oh, okay, nice. Is it green? Does it do anything if I... Let's go back. Red. Blue. Oh, wait, so... So I just left it there, huh? Should write again. What? I can't. Oh. Blue making me stuck. Red. Huh? Is there a reset? Wait. Alright, see, can we do refer? Okay, reset. There was only 5, but I just messed up by pushing it over, I think. Hey Suki, how's everything? How were you playing with Pokemon? How far do you guys get? Welcome in, Raiders. Nice. Did you evolve any of the Pokemons yet? And you still have this. Did you swap anything yet, or you still have the same set as last stream? Is it one of those legendary red Gyarados or the regular blue? So the poop is the meditation fighting Pokemon, right? I'll have to go that way. Let's see. So okay, if I go here, get rid of red. Okay. Get rid of green. So we're just doing Noire's story quest on Reverse 1999, and we do have a puzzle game that we're doing. So far, I think we just finished part 3, and I think when I looked at it, it was only 7 parts, and right now this is the second puzzle. So we're on part 4 out of the 7. Yep. Let's see. Alright. Back to stage 4. Purple. So each of her stages is different colors. So I wonder what kind of color is going to be in this story part. How is purple going to be related in her story? Is anyone going to pick up the phone? On the sofa, a script wriggles like a silkworm, struggling inside its cocoon. The newspaper reads, Shadow Spy sinks. Noire turns out box office bomb. It's not the art exhibit's calling. They don't give invites to failures.
Alum.
High heels rapidly pouncing the concrete draws near, followed by the spilling of paper on the ground. What's wrong, Miss Noire?
Huh? 뭔가요?
Huh? You're always wearing the purple outfit lately. What happened to the other one you used to wear? It just got old. I don't wear it anymore.
저도 매종이 입어요.
Oh? I always liked that one. So this purple 1984. So is the purple about her dress? Who was on the phone just now? Just the usual, telemarketers, nothing important. Then sighs as he ponders how long it's been since he stopped reacting those calls. Here's today's paper, the company documents you never bothered with, and this is... Then opens the envelope and quickly scans through its content. Blackmail? You got a blackmail letter? Who's blackmailing her? And what kind of evidence do they have? Really? Noire's interest piques as she reaches out, gesturing for Lynn to help her up from the couch. Give it here. Hello, Noire. Hello. If you don't want this photo to go public, deposit 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 zeros into this account by tomorrow. The deadline was 3 days ago. Wonder what the photo is about. Lynn. Noire flashes Lynn a reproachable glance. I'm gonna assume it was just more junk mail and toss it by the shredder. If she hasn't found it, she'll probably never even known. Lynn runs her fingers through her messy hair. Well, I guess we found out about it from the papers eventually. She definitely scratched the entertainment pages from the stack of newspapers, covering a mess of half-eaten noodles and crumpled paper. Before long, they locate Noire's photo in the corner of the paper. The crisp director, dark turn, puppet abuse shocker. Huh? The photo is blurry to begin with, and the cheap print has left the picture all but undecipherable. Wow, so not even my scandals are worth editing now. Noire gestures with her hand, sizing up the pace of this sophistication. My picture's even smaller than An Zing's. Could this have been someone from the crew? No, it's just a shot from me directing Azing and the others during a shoot. How dull. It's nothing, just a story about puppets. Noire folds her arms behind her head, clearly unimpressed. I thought they might have dug something worth giving a flying. Anyway, I should check through the documents. It's a reply from another financer. Judging from your expression, this doesn't say how happy they are to be investing in the film. Lynn nods. But Noire spreaded barb never comes. For Lynn, its absence brings a twig of sadness. A couple of flops and the renowned director title doesn't carry carry the same weight, does it? Her eyes wander over the award on the wall, and she chuckles bitterly. No hit means no guarantee. These awards are the only thing keeping me fed. I'll use this one to sip my soup at lunch, and that pointy one with the spear, that could make a decent fork. Might be a bit heavy. Oh, and the square one is perfect candle holder for the table. Noire rearranged her awards, setting them on the high shelf of the bookcase, save for the ones on the far right hand side. The others have gathered a layer of dust. Miss Noire, please, let's stop joking around for a moment. Instead, she gazed with utmost reverence at the row of awards. Affixing to the leftmost award in the hologram photograph, the corner of the photo has faded under the steady stream of sunlight, filtering through the curtains. At the center of the photo, Noire, Hiruji, and Shaying beams with wide smiles, her hands creating a war between them. At the moment, the cast and crew were grounding in behind them, all smiling. It was the first CO7 hit. Those were the glory days. Now, look at the Shadow Spy. The box office in the pit, deep in the pits. Still, I somehow managed to get 3 awards for it. All the accolades without the audience. Alright, fine, I'll unpin it. Her eyes don't drift from the shelf. Can you take that photo down for me, Lynn? Lynn steps forward and hands the photo to her. Now, sell whatever can be sold. What? Sell off whatever can be sold. The company, the rewards, the house, the cars. Just leave the store as it is. But where are you going to live? There'll be a shift going forward, but at least I still have the sofa. She pats the sofa like an old friend, and is still shocked, unable to determine if this is just another one of her jokes. And then, put everything you got into the spring bloom. You're seriously? Wait, you're serious? There is a momentary pause as she weighs her decision once more, then a nod. Shadow Spy, plain as day, the ice of Smola. 3 bombs in a row. No one's gonna gamble on me now. So it's either this or I leave the industry. I need this one. This is my last chance to prove Noire is still worth a damn. If that won't raise enough, then I set up meetings, make some social connections, and get the funding together, no matter what it takes. Lynn can't help but examine her employee. Outwardly, she doesn't seem any different, but it feels as though she has undergone a sudden transformation from within. Social connections, selling everything that wasn't nailed down. None of this matches the woman she knows. The one who lives in the frozen world of silver salt and two-dimensional film moving frame by frame. Now, it seems she entered the world of the living at last. Miss Noire, I've never seen you like this before. Noire smiles at Lynn before steering her wheelchair towards the window. Alright, I realized how much I relied on her until she was gone. Without Teresa, I got no chance of holding on to my spot in the savage industry. So, if I want to stay afloat, let alone dream of reaching our former heights, I need to start employing a Hiroji state of mind.
呢部戲會證明我已經脱胎換骨，所以就算使晒成副身家，我都要拍完佢。
So, this film has to be proof of my transformation. I need to put everything on the line to make it happen. Because this may not be my last shot. Her smile was beaming in the reflection of the window, and yet it doesn't seem to hold any warmth.
所以
You're still studying my reaction, aren't you? Always trying to get a read on me. You make it sound so insidious. Her impression disappears from the glass. I'll get it done, Miss Noire. Oh, by the way, there's a letter for you from the hospital. The doctor wants you to reconsider going to rehabilitation. Leave it on the table. She glances back, but Lynn has already left the office. On top of the stack of the tabloid newspaper lies the aqua blue letter. The hospital. The envelope matches the sky today. Noire sits in front of the window, waiting without a word from Lynn's reply, until the sunset paints the sky a deep orange. Miss Noire. Oh, you're back. There's a palatable exhaustion in her voice. It's a spring bloom. You need to rearrange your shooting schedule. Right. She stretches and with a small motion taps the aqua blue envelope. The doctor can wait. There's something more urgent I need to take care of. Alright, there's a door. Let's see what else. Find a way to push an object onto the spike to create a safe path forward. Okay. Wait, so how do I... Wait. Oh, wrong one. Blue? We take away green, what do we get? I don't see any boxes. If we take red away, Not even seeing anything. I not seeing anything. Run! Oh, we're out. Okay, I don't see any blocks. If I turn that off grid. If I turn green on. Oh! 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 I messed up already. I didn't know I could move that piece. We did it! Success! 5. Aqua. So for the purple, was the purple for like this outfit? So I wonder what Aqua's gonna be. In the brightest, fragrant hallway, a nurse sets a couple flower teas onto the low table before Noire. Miss Noire, you know you're already 6 months overdue for therapy. The nurse's words are as soft and sweet as white sugar. Sorry, I was shooting a film. After In the Spring Bloom release, Lynn finally managed to convince Noire to return to the hospital. Please wait just a moment. The doctor will see you shortly. Sure. The nurse offers a slight bow before heading back to her reception desk. Even in the private hospital, the waiting area is filled with people. All seats are fully occupied, and at the far end of the hallway, a group of women stands by the wall, engaged in quiet conversation. Noire looks around briefly before patting the vacant spot on the wheelchair. Care to rest your legs on for a while? As Lynn looked at Noire's smiling face, she can't help but sigh. Sometimes I wonder if things were better the way you were before. If I hadn't shaped up, then Shaw and Asa would have left the company. Did they say something to you? She shakes her head. I met the old partners at the launch party. He told me that they had already handed over the resumes to him. Oh.
但到最後，
But in the end, they decided to stick around, didn't they? It seems to be nothing but discern from Nora's smile. All her emotions, good and bad, are locked up somewhere beneath it. Miss Noire, the doctor is ready for you. Please go in. Thanks. She nods to the nurse, who then grips the armrest of the wheelchair and pushes her into the room. It won't take long. I'll be out soon. She turns her head to say the words confidently. Well, judging by the scans, it appears you're recovering well, Miss Noire. The doctors use a magnifying glass to examine the x-rays, pointing out a set of bones that Noire cannot identify. Based on your condition, with some surgical intervention and rehabilitation, we believe it's possible for you to regain the use of your legs. However, I see that you've been refusing your rehabilitation so far. Is there something specific you're worried about? No. Noire smiles. Then may I ask why you're refusing treatment?
因為
Because I needed this. Ignoring the doctor's confused look, Noire placed her hands over her lifeless legs, gently smoothing out the wrinkles in her skirt.
對我嚟講，
These useless legs and this chair, they remind me that I never want to return to the way I was before. Handel's harp concerto in B-flat major weaves through the air with a distant radio, with only a harp-rich, soothing tone drawing the ear. That's it. Noire shuts her eyes, taking a deep, steady breath. Aqua. So what does Aqua represent? Aqua, 1985. On the set of In the Spring Bloom. Cut! As Noire's voice rings out, the leading couple on the camera spotlight pulls away from the tight embrace with professional distance. The set around them comes to life with movement and clatter. Water is handed out and makeup is retouched. Crew members flit past the camera flame, attending to the duties. In the corner tent, Noire and her assistant director stands by the monitor, speaking in low tones. A quick nod from Noire brings the script supervisor, megaphone in hand, towards the center of the set. That's a wrap, everyone! Yeah! A wave of energy follows the announcement, but for a few present, the rush of completion is replaced by the impending task of finishing their work. At the far end of the set, two crew members rush forward, holding bright boutiques. They give them to the lead actor, then begs to take a photo to mark the end of filming. The prompt team is bringing a bamboo ladder out to clear away the decoration. One by one, they begin to check and count the inventory, making sure nothing is left behind. Alyssa heads back to the director's tent. Tonight, Miss Noire has organized up a wrap party at Chengwon-gu. It's been a tough shoot, so we all expected to eat, drink, and let loose. Let's have a great time. Thank you, Miss Noire. The news of the wrap party in the evening lifts spirits all around. As the crew moves about, tightening up the set with relaxed feelings, Noire turns to Lynn, observing her quietly. So what do you think? It's a great New York comedy, one that oozes your unique style, but with lots of commercial appeal. No, not the movie. I want to know about the atmosphere on the set. What's your take? The crew is busy tearing down the set of a studio begins to take on its original appearance once more. This was the set for Shadow Spies, Once Upon a Time. It's a far cry from those days. The set is so full of life now. Your transformation has an impact on everyone. Noire lowers her head and smooths out the crease in her skirt. Really? Not bad. Not bad at all. With a tender touch, Noire's finger glides over the fabric of her skirt. It's hard to tell what she's most pleased by. Right? Right? Before long, Noire emerged from the examination room, a smile on her face as she shared the details of what occurred inside. Once more, the same inscrutable feeling envelops Lynn. So, you're gonna give up on your legs as some kind of reminder. It's more than that. They're a balance, or an anchor, if you will. You remember not to lose myself in my own world again, not to like the people around me. Noire's finger runs over the fabric of her skirt, and Lynn, not sure of it, realized her early suspicion was right. They remind me how much I rely on all of you, and the price I pay when I lost her. All along, Noire has been silently thanking her legs. That's why I refuse treatment. And I intend to stay like this forever. I told you before that I wouldn't let them interfere with my work. They haven't. But you, Lynn, you followed me this whole way. You even sold your clothes. Why didn't you ever consider leaving? You figured that out, didn't you? That outfit wasn't nearly old enough for you to just get rid of it for no reason. She recalls that day and her old purple suit. The day she told her a lie. It's just that I wanted to see what you could do. Whether you could really make it work. So did you find out the answer? She gently pats Lynn, then pushes the wheelchair towards the hospital exit by herself. The golden ray glistening off the wheel are almost blinding. The high heels and clanging wooden puppets steps fade away beyond. I'm gonna need you to take care of those doctors again. They decided I need more psychological counseling. Okay. There's some quiet satisfaction that she takes in how she wants. There's some quiet satisfaction she takes in how her once tyranny boss has become so dependent on her. To be continued. Right, so part 6, yellow. Award ceremony. And now, the film nominated for Best Director this year are Wang Chenming, A Century Away from Home, Zai Lu Kun, The Codebreaker, and Noire, Where Shadow Walks. And the winner of the Best Director Award is Noire, Where Shadow Walks. Congratulations! Gold, 1988. So I guess that's yellow for gold is yellow now. Office. The day before the award ceremony. Boring, dull, trite, inane. Several scripts land on the floor. Noire taps the wheel impatiently. Why are all these films just rehash of everything I watched since the day I was born? Haven't we had enough of these already? These are all the scripts Alyssa screened. There isn't a single one you're happy with. Switching around a few jobs and characters doesn't make a new story. Some of these arcs are totally incoherent. They've just been thrown in to match this year's box office templates. I'm tired of reading them. Just imagine how much worse it would be for those poor audience. There should be a waiting period, 30 years at least, before filmmakers are allowed to use the same old trick. Let us grow old in peace and try them again on a new generation. Oops. Nope. Let's see what happened. Noire waves her hand dismissively, prompting Lynn to gather the scripts from the table and throw them into the waiting trash can. Any response from the writers? The company's screenwriting team, when Noire films returned to the public eye, she was buried in opportunities from all directions. Old film companies with proud legacies, new conglomerates yet to enter the movie industry, but eager to claim their share, and even a few unsavory underground organizations. No. However, I hear they're working on a new crime flick. Another crime drama? The police certainly have their hands full, don't they? You have 8 meetings today, and 3 of them overlap. Somehow, you need to squeeze in time for another script. And your first meeting started about 17 minutes ago. Noire is about to speak, but Lynn beats her to the punch.
唔知你想講乜？
As the head of the film department, it's your duty to assess all new movie plans. Now, you got a boss of your own. Noire half-parted lips move as if to speak, but then she reconsiders. It beats having to deal with telemarketers. With a casual wave, Noire maneuvers her wheelchair and exits the office. In the quiet of the night, following a full day of meetings, Noire finds herself alone on the company rooftop. Across the city, neon lights pulse in steady patterns, and headlights streak through the streets. A lively performance of one devoid of joy. There's no sound but the soft rippling of wind. Staring out into the faint speck of light is a far distance of the night. Noire takes a cigarette from her pocket. As she moves to light it, a woman's voice startled her. Miss Noire! Aha! Her hand trembles, and the cigarette slips from between her fingers, plummeting from the rooftop into the shadow below. That was my last one, Lynn. Noire turns her head, revealing a painful, phony smile. Why aren't you home already? I've been going through the minutes. It's late. Go home. I need a little space to focus on myself for a change, alright? What are you thinking about? What else? The film, of course. You're still thinking about it? Noire doesn't respond at all. Wait, responds all at once, choosing instead to look back over the cityscape in silence.
呢度係一個國際性嘅大都市，燈紅酒綠，紙醉金迷。但係我而家只係坐喺度，幾乎一眼就望晒成個城市。
So I'll just read it since she already said the whole line in Chinese. This is a thriving international city. Glitz, glamour, and excess. But from here, it feels like I can't hold it all in the palm of my hand.
呢度有無數個為夢想拼搏嘅年輕人，一邊住喺豆影咁大嘅地方迷窮， 邊等住邊日行運，甚至出人頭地。
The city is filled with countless dreamers, young souls pushing through harsh realities, hoping for one moment when destiny finally smiles on them.
但係等到嗰啲幸運兒爬到上嚟，佢哋會發現呢度都一樣係豆樣咁大。
And when those chosen few finally get the chance to rise to the top, they understand there's not much up there here after all.
到時佢哋會係咩心情？
And in that instant, how does that dreamer feel? The skyscrapers at the limit of her gaze are nothing but darkened silhouettes, with green lasers tracing patterns far beyond them in the night sky. I guess it's close to how you feel right now.
唔滿足。
It isn't enough. In the end, the Inferno will develop all that surrounds them. Lynn observes Nora at her side, her expression now solemn as she fixed her gaze far beyond the skyline. I'm done with this city. My art belongs across the Pacific, beyond these waves, not stuck between these little islands. Are you curious to see whether I succeed, or do you just want to be there when I crash and burn? Either one. Then snaps with a faint indifference,
因為我都慢慢變緊好似你咁嘅人。
because I feel myself becoming the same kind of person. Thank you, thank you. Nora wheels herself onto the stage, her voice muffled at first as the microphone hasn't been lowered to her level. My thanks go out to the judges and the crew. This isn't just my reward. This award belongs to all of us. Where Shadow walks is a culmination of so many people combined efforts and dedication. As she says this, Nora tilts herself forward towards the crew seating area, bowing courtesy. The crowd erupts in applause once more. It's strange being back up here. So much has changed since the first time I stood on the stage. Nora taps the frame of her wheelchair, exciting a round of good-natured laughter from the audience. It's tough, loyal, and always there when I need it. If only we could say the same about everyone in our lives. Nora intently holds the silent, watching the faint flicker of awkward smiles forming in the crowd. The loss of a close friend, the crash, the paralysis. I won't lie, these past years has been hard, and I've been silent for much of it. A lot of people have their doubts about me. Some decided to abandon me entirely, and I don't entirely blame them. I always thought of life as a montage of moments, and with so much behind me now, my picture completely changed. Just being able to be up here again is proof enough to the world that I'm still going strong. Nora gazed over the sea of faces beneath her. There are few she knows, but far more she never met. Her mind lingers on those missing from the crowd, the one who left the craft behind, the one who didn't have a choice. She pauses, her head bows in silent reflection, but as she lifts her gaze, her director persona resurfaces.
再一次多謝大家支持。喺今日呢個重要嘅日子，我有一個消息想話俾大家知。
To everyone who supported us, I offer you my heartfelt thanks. On this momentous day, I have something important to share with you all.
我已經決定同以前嘅自己講再見，開始一段新嘅旅程。請大家拭目以待。
I decided it's time to bid farewell to the past and embark on a new adventure. I hope you all be looking forward to it. Her eyes swept over the crowd, her shared tongue and similar upbringing reminding her of the connection they still hold. Until next year, everyone. Amidst the audience cheer, Nora makes her way down from the stage. Within half an hour, she and Lynn has already on a flight to Los Angeles. Take one, final look. Nora lifts the shade covering the airplane window. It's only a matter of hours now. Then we'll be stepping into the great unknown. Are you ready for it, Lynn? Good night. Following Lynn's words, Nora lets her eyes mask slip down, settling down comfortably into her chair. Good night. The runway blurs beneath the plane as it speeds up, and after a fleeting moment of weightlessness, the pale dots of red and green below burst and vanish into the night. Goodbye. Good night. Alright, let's see. What? Okay, we have to get rid of red. Go. Green. Wait, was there a ladder? Oh, there is a ladder. So, green. Okay, I see green. So we bring back green. Wait, what? Wait, did I just mess up? Oh! Okay, so I know what the thing now. Get rid of red. I'm gonna push this. Green. Red. Light green again. Alright, blue, red, have blue. Oh, wrong button. Green. Alright, we're good. Success. And on to the last one. Stage 7, white. Mommy, watch me. I can ride a horse now. How wonderful. Mommy loves me a lot. I know she does. Look, Mommy, I drew this. That's lovely, my sweet girl. She was always so gentle and patient with me. Her words were a constant stream of encouragement and support. Mommy, can you listen to the new song I learned on the piano? You go ahead and play it, darling. Mommy still needs to finish chatting. Still, deep down, I always felt she never tried to form a deeper connection with the person I truly was. All she wanted was for me to be a good girl. Until... Mommy, I heard the aunties chatting in the kitchen this morning. Yes? They said... Her eyes were fixed on me, as if silent urging me to keep talking. Then it hit me. I found the perfect hook to keep Mommy's eyes on me forever. I need to hold on to this moment and show her a part of myself she'd never seen before. Auntie said that she lost her purse on the way to buy groceries. Oh, and then? Auntie searched all along the way she walked, but in the end, she had to go to the police. It feels like Mommy's not fully focused anymore. Maybe it's because she already knew how the story would end. But then... She gonna make something up? I spoke louder to hold her attention. I had to think up something to change the course of the story. She saw that her pocket was torn, and her wallet slips into the lining of her pants. So the wallet wasn't lost after all. But actually, it was all just a dream I had last night. I made it all up. I made up a lie to get her attention, and then made up another one to keep it. Oh, next time, you should tell me that part of the story first. But if I had to told you that first, how would I have managed to hold your attention? As she walks away, it was like she was stepping into a heavy fog formed by her other responsibilities, where she wasn't only a mother, she was a businesswoman, a leader, a manager. It was an expanse of white created by combining every color in the world. It's the best color to complement all the others. Without the white, we wouldn't be able to see the red clearly. Shh. She hasn't even figured it out herself yet. White, 1991. Oh, the phone's ringing. Bright and considered bulbs fill the room with a solid white light. Her new studio is practically identical to the one she sold back home. Her first film, an old group photo, and the wheelchair she made the choice to depend on. It's a snapshot of my life, but it's still not enough to recreate the authentic version of me. Noire's finger danced through her short hair, her head gracefully tilting to the right. A green light. Is this green metaphor really enough? She absorbs herself in thought. Or perhaps we need to alter the order of color as they emerge from the darkness. She mumbles. Standing in front of that grave, Zhang would be so angry with me. Noire unchallengedly waves her puppet away, then retreats back into her wheelchair. Maybe it's because I can only think of Teresa in situations like this. Lost in her thought, the wheelchair slowly rolls her back to the computer.
What do you think that was? A memory? Or a story?
Story.
Do you think that's true? Really?
Noire powers up the computer and a blue glow washes over her face.
Try as we might to disguise it. Stories are just lies with good marketing.
And you are the observer to this little tale, so you alone have the power to judge. And that's the end of her story! And then we just do, let's see what kind of battle it is. So I didn't realize she had 3 total puppets. I thought she had only 1, but you can see all 3. Wait, where's the third one? I see one right here. Do you guys see the third puppet? I'm only seeing one holding the trophy and the one at the wheel. Where's the third one? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they only show 2. Let's see how she battles.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
Alright, so...
Rob, get ready. Need to reshoot.
Oops, wrong button.
Perfectly understood.
Rob, get ready. Need to reshoot.
Calm.
Yes, this is perfect. Then pick yourself up. Let's go.
Dark embrace.
I want to see what her specials are.
Ready, aim.
Right before that, let's see. Oh, Buffer.
Please, I know how to got some rebel brew.
Rob, get ready.
Let's get little Paris.
Aim. Oh, don't stare at it for too long.
Fire. This is our big city.
I still don't have the Pearl yet.
For me. Most of the time, anyway.
Is it the paparazzis? Those the cameras? Wait, let me check if I could. Are they called paparazzis? Oh, journalists. Okay. Alright, so let's see.
Got some rebel brew. As simple arcane trick. Hi, master. Oh, please, I know how to use it.
Let's see specials. What's it look special look like?
Did you? Hey, hey.
Three, two, one, action. Three, two, one, action.
Wait, there's multiple?
Sweet dreams.
That's ultimate one happened twice. I thought it was gonna say like a retake. Let's make it level 3.
Music draws near. Get ready. This is going to be a crowd pleaser.
Need to reshoot.
Please, allow me. Wait for the pop.
The audience will love this.
Get ready for the ultimate again. Let's do.
A simple arcane trick. Hi, master.
A sec.
Oh, please, I know how to
Get ready.
Hi, master. Got some rebel brew. Would you care to lie down?
From the top.
Stay put. This will hurt longer.
So we got an ad coming on, but it's just a battle, so I'll probably just play through.
Three, two, one, action. Three, two, one, action. Three, two, one,
Wait,
action.
did that happen 3 times? Wait, so that opening could happen. Is it that max is 3 or what? I have to check that thing again.
犀利喎！同我拍戲一剔過好少見㗎。
Alright, let's collect the prizes. Alright, got 240.